Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let you know this video was brought to you by BetUS. Big BetUS in the building, man. Bringing you everything you need to stay in tune, stay in step. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you definitely, you know what I mean, put your first deposit in, man. You get 150% on that. Your next two deposits after that, you get 125% on that, man. So, yeah, man, you want to make sure you do that, man, because if you bet on the Eagles, you won some money. And as you can see, the Hurt Season Super Bowl MVP hats just came out. You know what I'm saying? I just got mine today, man. So, I want to thank y'all for being patient, man. We getting them orders out. Your order is on the way. If me, the founder, the board, the Lord Brunson, if I got mine today, you know what I mean? That should let you know just how many orders we've been getting. And they coming, man. They coming, man. Listen, man, when you win 2 rings, man, you put yourself in a position for success, man. When you get 2 Lombardis, you thought I had another one. You know what I'm saying? This Tia, this Tamara. We want to welcome y'all to Sister. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to y'all for sure, man. And also, man, you know what I mean? The guys at the Combine, man. The Philadelphia Eagles are at the Combine, and, this is what I expect from the Eagles. I expect the Eagles to attract attention, draw attention. And what comes out of a Combine 9 times out of 10 is, your due diligence in making sure you get players of need. So what are some of the real core players of need for the Philadelphia Eagles, man? It goes without saying, because you got some guys that's looking for a raise, some guys that's looking for a payday. You know what I mean? So what we going to do right here, this is the first mock draft. This is the first mock draft. We got a late start on this one because we are the defending champs. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go last. We picking 32. You know what I mean? We picking 32. We looking for guys to slide, man. So, I want to remind y'all before we get into the draft and the rest of the video, though, that with your purchase of a Hurt Season Super Bowl MVP hat, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the link in this video and put you in the running to win a ticket to sit with me opening day when we drop that banner. When we, the joint where we talk about us having 2 rings, we drop that, you know what I'm saying? We drop that banner. You make sure you want to be there for that, man, for sure. But, nevertheless, man, this news about Abdul Carter, I really can't even worry about it or fathom it for real, to be honest, because I don't see Abdul Carter sliding down nowhere drastic in any situation that he would be available for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care what kind of injury they're saying he got. Abdul Carter is probably the #1 player in the draft on a lot of people's draft board. The injury will be the only reason why he slide down. But, I don't see Abdul Carter being there available for the Eagles, who pick last in the first round. I just don't see it, man. I know he don't see it either, man. They won the bowl. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It is what it is with the Abdul Carter situation. But this draft is deep. This draft is so deep that, it's a high chance that Abdul Carter is probably not the best edge rusher in this draft. Probably not the best, pass rusher in this draft. You never know, man. That's how deep this draft is. It's chock full of talent. You know what I mean? And the Eagles got needs in a lot of areas, man. And, we're going to talk about why I picked positionally, you know what I'm saying? Why I pick certain positions at certain times in this mock draft, because it fits our needs. We got to think long term, and at the same time, we got to think about the guys who looking to go get a bag. We just won the bowl. As guys that's out here looking to go get a bag and looking to go further their name. So, I don't got no problem with that. You know what I mean? We can't have a problem with that. But, at the end of the day, man, it's still foolishness going on around on social media. The foolishness never stops. You got Micah Parsons running around here comparing himself to Reggie White now. I mean, comparing yourself to Reggie White is laughable to me. Comparing yourself to Reggie White, I mean, make that make sense. Make that make sense. So, Micah Parsons and Reggie White are the only 2 players, I believe, in NFL history that have 12 sacks or more in 4 straight seasons. But you got to put context in that, though, because Reggie White was a defensive player of the year in them first 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Reggie White had a 20-sack season in them first 4 years. Reggie White had 70 sacks his first 4 years, you know what I mean, in the NFL. Playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. The delusion is at an all-time high, man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, winners win. And this whole thing that's going on with Micah Parsons, when we talk about these guys and we poke fun at these guys, people assume that we feel like we need them, or we feel like we want them to be an Eagle. Bro, we don't want. Listen, I don't care what Miles Sanders or Micah Parsons do. I don't care. You want me to tell you why? We just won the Super Bowl without their services. We won the Super Bowl without their services. We only inquiring about guys of this stature because we won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We won the Super Bowl without these guys' services. So why would like make it make sense that we care what they do or where they go? We won the Super Bowl without them. We could do it again without them. We don't need no guys, man. We don't need nothing but what we got in the house, in my opinion, man. But it is what it is with that, man. So listen, man, without further ado, man, let's get into this mock draft, man, because I want to explain these picks and why I did what I did situationally, man. You know what? I can't even lie. I really feel like this might be the greatest mock draft, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to see. The greatest. They don't call me Crystal Ball Brunson for no reason. You know what I mean? So we start the draft right here. You know the Philadelphia Eagles. You know we got the last pick in the first round. You know what I'm saying? You know we got the last pick in the first round. We're going to do all 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what it is, man. We're going to see what it is. Immediately, I look at the trades because I feel like that's something that's really a high possibility. That's a real high possibility with where we picking that, man. And this draft is deep. You know, they say our position of need is wide receiver, guard, edge, cornerback. Immediately, I try to fleece the Giants. It was a dumpster fire of an organization. I tried to take their first and second to switch spots with us, man. They declined it, man. I wanted the 34th and the 65th, man. They wasn't going for it. Understandably so. Like, why would anybody subject themselves to that type of disrespect? So I went with 34th and 104. You know what I mean? And, they went for it. They went for it to my surprise, man. Not really to my surprise, but they wanted all that to move up 2 spots. I didn't even go and see who they, picked. But this is what I was left with. You know what I mean? This is what I was left with. I was left with Demetrius Knight. You know what I'm saying? But I went with Donovan, man. I went with the edge rusher, and that's a position of need. It's a position of need because you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? With Josh Sweat, I mean, we know. You know what I mean? Huff could be out of play. You're going to need some more depth there, man. So I went with the best edge rusher available. It wasn't no real crazy science to it. You know what I mean? And then I went cornerback. Surprise. Now, that may be a surprise to some people, but we don't know what's going to happen with Slay. See, Slay's contract is extremely backloaded for this year. So, why not go get another corner, who can play the scheme of Fangio? Another corner that could play alongside Quinyon Mitchell. 2 guys, young guys on rookie deals that could grow together. Now, this pick right here might take a lot of people for a loop. I scoured. But at 96 in your top 100, you want to make something shake, man. I went with Tez Johnson out of Oregon. I drafted Tez Johnson out of Oregon because you don't know what's going to happen with Jahan Dotson. And Jahan Dotson has had opportunities to show you that he could carry the load. And he was kind of just like a forgotten man. A.J. Brown missed time. Smitty missed time. He was kind of a forgotten man. You know what I mean? Kind of a forgotten man. And, I wanted better for him. You know what I mean? But, it just didn't pan out. It ain't pan out how we would like it to pan out, I want a linebacker right there because Nakobe Dean's injury. You know what I mean? All of these picks have a rhyme or reason. There's a rhyme or reason for everything that we did in this mock draft because you have to think with a next man up mentality. You got to think with a next man up mentality moving forward, man. You just have to. Guard is a point of emphasis. That's why I went guard right there because I feel like Micah Becton, he's banged up. You know what I mean? We asked Micah Becton to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? We really asked Micah Becton to do a lot for us. And Micah Becton isn't a true guard, but he excelled at the position. And I went center for the last pick. You know what I mean? And look, they analyzed the draft. You know what I mean? They gave us an A for the first pick. You know what I mean? An A for the second pick, an A for the third pick. So I feel like I did good. I took a safety with the 4th pick in the draft. You know what I mean? I think that's a position in need. I want linebacker, guard, defensive interior. They ain't like that for some strange reason. But, I loved it. I loved it because you don't know what's going to happen with Milton Williams, and you want to create some depth there, man. But let me know what you think, though.